Hiya. So I thought I would do a video about the whole SAS application thing. For those of you who don't know, I've applied for SAS Who Dares Wins, which is a TV show on Channel 4 where they put, I think, like 25 recruits or 26 recruits through a condensed version of SAS selection or Special Forces selection. I think it's like 10 days or 2 weeks or something. And yeah, it's a TV show, so it's entertainment, but like even for getting on there, it means that they're incredibly fit. So I guess you can't really put it against actual Special Forces selection because it's quite a lot different, but it's still an incredible like mental and physical feat for them to complete it. So yeah, I've applied for that. What I want to say from the off is I don't actually expect to get on there. Like, people are like, oh, how's your training for it? And I love that people are asking me about it and that are like, being nice about it and stuff. But all the training I'm doing isn't for the show. Like, because I'm worried that people think that I'm going to train really, really hard and then I'm not going to get on there. Because it's like it's not 1,000,000 to 1 chance of getting on there, but thousands of people are going to apply. So, the chance of me getting on there is quite slim. And I know this. Don't think that I'm like disillusioned into thinking that I'm going to get on there. Like, I'm probably not fit enough. Like, there's a lot of people, like the people that were on it last year were mad fit, or this year. And like, I'm probably not fit enough. Like, I know I'm not fit enough now, but I'm training hard and I think maybe by then I might be fit enough. But anyway, I don't necessarily think that I'm going to get on there. I've got 3 events this year which are going to need me to be quite fit. So I'm training for those. All of my training is going towards those. And then if I get on SAS, brilliant. But that's not what I'm training for. My 3 events, the fan dance, which actually is a part of Special Forces selection. It's in Wales, a mountain called Penny Fan. You go up and over it, and then you turn around and go back up and back over it again. And it's like it's basically a tab, I think. You can do it load bearing, or you can do it, I think it's called clean fatigue. I'd love to do, I think this year I'm going to try and do clean fatigue, so just do it without any weight on my back. And then maybe next year or the year after, I'd love to do it load bearing, but it's a big thing. It's like 24 kilometers, but it's like up and down mountains. So that's going to be hard work. So all of my training is going towards that. I've got para 10s, which is a paratrooper 10-mile tab around, I think they do 1 in Colchester and 1 in Catterick. And that's basically, you can do that running or you can do that as a tab, and I want to do that as a tab this year. You have to carry 15 kilograms on your back, 35 pounds. So hence all my Bergen work. I'm trying to get used to running with, or tabbing with a Bergen on my back. So yeah, I'm training towards that. And then probably the most important one is the 3 peaks that me and Ren are doing in June. And we're going to try and do that ourselves. We'll do more videos about that because it's a little bit far away now, so we'll do proper videos on that, so I won't go too much into that. But we're going to do the 3 peaks. That's the 3 highest mountains in the UK in 24 hours. So yeah, I'll need to be pretty fit for that as well. So I'm training for that as well. I really appreciate everyone talking to me about SAS, and it does get me excited and it does make me want to train harder. Like, in the back of my head, I'm always thinking, oh, I better just go and do that session that I don't really feel like doing, because what if I get on SAS? I'm going to need all the training sessions I can possibly get. And I'm trying different things, like I've been trying CrossFit, I want to try Olympic lifting, I've been trying tabbing, I've been doing swimming. Like, I've been really broadening my horizons of training, because I used to just sort of like do a bit of cardio and then lift weights. But like, I really want to switch it up, because I want to be like an all-round sort of athlete. No, I'm not an athlete, I just do it for a hobby. But I want to be quite a well-rounded like fitness sort of person. We can call it my SAS training. That is pretty cool. Like, I don't mind sort of having that in the back of my head all the time. But I really did just want to say, like, it's not, like, I don't want people to think, oh, she's not going to get in and then she's going to be really upset. Like, I won't be really upset. Like, it'll be like, oh, what a shame. But, you know, it doesn't matter, because I've got other things coming up. My training won't be wasted. And at the end of the day, your fitness and your health is so important. Like, you can't lose out. You can't waste time training. Like, all the training I'm doing, if I I didn't do any of my events, would still be worth doing, because who doesn't want to perform well? Who doesn't want to be able to do all of those things? Like, you've only got one body, so why not make it perform as well as you possibly can? I'll talk a bit about the application, just because people keep asking me, and it's cool, you know, it's exciting. Basically, probably quite a few people might have done this already, but you just go onto the Channel 4 website and there's an application. It's quite long. Like, it took me a while to do, just because of how much stuff they ask, and I just wanted to give, like, detailed answers to give myself as much of a chance as possible of getting in. So they ask you that, well, I won't go through all the questions, but they ask you, like, what sort of person you are, what your friends think about you, what you were like in school, what your situation was growing up, like, what's the best and worst memory that you've had, what makes you want to come on the show, etc., etc. And I think if you read into that, you can sort of see those questions in, like, the monologues that the contestants give, or the recruits give, you know, when they're sitting in the studio and they're like, oh, you know, this happened to be growing up. I think they're sort of already trying to get an idea, because it's a TV show at the end of the day. They're going to pick people who are the most entertaining. That's it. Like, that's why you get all the people with the good, like, the interesting backstories and stuff, because that makes for the best TV. If you just had 25 people who were just like, yeah, it was all right growing up, yeah, I'm pretty solid, yeah, just go to the gym, like, it'd be boring, wouldn't it? They want people to be like, oh my god, like, did you see the guy on SAS that had this? Like, the one that sticks in my mind is the poor bastard that was on the phone. This was in series 3. Like, he was on the phone to his wife while she got killed, like, her and her kids or something. Like, it was terrible. But obviously he deserves to go on it, and he's going to be a more interesting contestant, because he must have this, like, mental resilience that, like, hardly anyone else has, to just be able to survive after that. Like, it must have been terrible for him. So they obviously choose people who have these sort of stories. So it's luck of the draw, really, whether you get in if you've not got an amazing, a shocking backstory, I guess. But I filled it in. I was honest. You know, you can't lie, because they're gonna find out, aren't they? So yeah, you do that, and then you have to record, like, a 2-minute video of yourself, just, like, saying why you want to be in it, what your friends think of you, and an interesting fact about yourself, and just why you want to be on the show. So yeah, it took me a while, but I have sent it off. I sent it off, like, Wednesday, I think. So we will see. I don't know how long it takes them to get back to you. I do know that they have the audition days or in May and June, so I guess they'll probably contact us maybe April. I don't know. They sort of ask, like, what your availability is in May and June, so they must have, like, a few days. If you get through to that stage, which I know a few people have that I know, I think you basically go, they meet you, they chat to you, they see what sort of person you are. I guess they're sort of judging, like, oh, what's she going to be like on camera, sort of like, what's her personality like, stuff like that. So you have an audition, and then I think you get checked over, like a medical check, to make sure that you'd be fine on the show. And then you do the fitness test. That's the bit that I'm worried about. I don't know why, because that should be the easiest for me, being, like, the fitness person. But I think what you have to do, from the criteria that you have to say that you can do, you have to carry a jerry can, or jerry cans weighing 20 kilograms each, I believe, over a distance of 120 meters in 2 minutes. I've already tested that. I've already tested that in the gym. I can do that. It's difficult, but I can do it. Obviously on the day things will be different, sort of you don't know whether you're going to have to do it straight after a run or whatever, but I'm just going to keep practicing my farmer's carries until then. You have to do a static lift onto a platform. I'm not entirely sure what they mean by that, whether they mean like Atlas stones type things or whether they mean like some sort of deadlift, or I don't know. If anyone knows, let me know. I think you have to do, I'm sure there's something else. Oh, you have to be able to do 50 sit-ups in 2 minutes. I think like 44 press-ups in 2 minutes. I'm not sure. Need to practice my press-ups. And then you have to be able to complete a bleep test, the equivalent of running 1.5 miles in 9.5 minutes. That is why I've been doing so much running, because I cannot fucking run for shit. Well, I've got better, but I think my 1.5 miles at the moment is at about like 14 minutes. So that's why I'm working on that. I'm working on sort of like my sort of sprinting and stuff like that. I've improved massively since like November or something. Like improved so much. So I'm hoping that within the next couple of months, as long as I keep the training high, I'll hopefully be able to do it by then. But that's the only thing that I'm really worried about. The rest of them I can, I'm strong, I can do the rest of them. It's just the running. In terms of training for it, I'm just sort of practicing what they want. So running a lot, the farmer's carries, I've been doing a lot more functional stuff, as I said, like the CrossFit. I'm going to try and do more CrossFit because it combines your strength with sort of your cardiovascular fitness. So I feel like that's quite important, and a lot of the people who have been successful on the show have done CrossFit in some shape or form. Just trying to be active all the time. I've been getting out in the storms with a Bergen. I've been, getting out in the cold, in the rain. Knowing my luck, I'll get on, and this year it'll be in the fucking desert. But there you go. I'll train in the summer. I'll train in the warm in the summer. Not it's going to be as warm in the UK in the summer as it is in a fucking desert, but still, yeah, and just trying to get myself to train as much as fucking possible, really, to train for it. But yeah, I hope this video wasn't too boring. It's just me sitting in a car, but I'm explaining shit. So if you got this far, thank you very much. If you didn't, fuck off, don't care. You're not going to see this anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, see you later.